It's an absolutely lovely day. You know what that means, guys. We're cracking on with Project MX5. Welcome back to the channel, guys. You are joined once again with Oscar, aka Exhausted. And what we're going to be doing, we're going to be cracking on with V2 Mia and finishing off the final little main parts of the interior pretty much. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cracking on with the centre console and the plastic trims which you started painting in a previous episode. Now, if you did get a chance to watch the previous episode, then what we did is we did the primer, the base coat, and then we sanded the base coat down ever so slightly just to go ahead and then do a bit more of a base coat to give it an extra thick finish. Because, to be honest, I'm bearing in mind that they are right in the interior of the car, and they're the parts which get hit, knocked all day long. And to give them a hard wearing finish, we want to have a nice thick coat of paint and a nice thick coat of lacquer to ensure that they last for many, many years to come. So yeah, let's jump in the garage and collect up a couple of the bits we need and crack on with the video, lads. Bish, bash, bosh. So today we're going to be finishing off painting these trims in my shag pad. Jokes aside, guys, but yeah, we're going to be cracking on in here because since we did a bit of flocking in the garage, it's still got loads of lint in the air, which will completely ruin the finish of our plastic trims. But yeah, let's flip the camera around and show you guys where we left off last time. So as you can see, these have clearly been sanded down. Now, you may think the finish doesn't look too great now, but that's exactly what we want it to look like at this stage. They do need a little clean up, which is why we shot down to Halfords this morning and grabbed some paint prep wipes. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead, set up the camera, give these a wipe down and start spraying. And guys, remember, when you're spray painting something, initial coat, like always, is a bit of a dust coat. Wait 10 to 15 minutes between coats and don't spray too heavily because otherwise you're going to get runs, so you're going to cock up your job, which I've learnt the hard way by doing. But anyway, let's flip the camera. So now we've left these to dry for about 10-15 minutes. You can see it's taken off all of the dust that was on there, and they still look quite matted, but that's banging. We've got a nice surface for them to adhere to. So we've actually done 4 or 5 coats of base coat before cracking on today. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing as many as possible once again with 2 cans of paint. So we're really sealing these bad boys up. But yeah, let's set up the camera and film a bit of a time lapse. If you guys want to know how to paint your interior trims, I'll link a link to one of the videos which I've done previously on that topic somewhere up here. But yeah, let's get these painted and back together. So we're just catching up after 5 more coats of base coat. Is 10 coats of black paint over the top? Yes. Do I give a shit? No. So what we're going to do, we're going to give it half an hour now before we go and continue to lacquer these plastic trims. And whilst we're doing that, I'm going to go upstairs and have a bath and wash my hair because I need my barnet trimmed ASAP. So yeah, we'll catch up and have a look at the trims after I've scrubbed up. Right then guys, so I've just scrubbed up. As you can see, I've got an absolute mop on my head, which needs to be trimmed ASAP Rocky. So yeah, we're going to finish off painting. The paint's been drying for about half an hour now, so we can go ahead and start giving it a clear coat. I've got 2 large bottles, 500ml bottles of lacquer, and I'm just basically going to whack as many coats on them as I can. If I get past 7 or 8, I'll probably leave it there, but yeah, that'll be banging. That'll be plenty to protect them from like little scuffs, things like that, inside the car. So yeah, let's crack on with the painting. We'll catch up when they're done and we can take a look at them and then we'll crack on with the day. Right then guys, so picking up where we left off, I've got the barnet cut and look at that forehead tan line from my flat cap. That's what you get for being a flat cap boy. But yeah, anyway guys, the things have been drying now for a couple of hours, so we're going to go basically show you what they look like. But yeah, we're not going to be able to touch them until tomorrow and we can start reassembling them back into the MX5. So yeah, if I flip the camera, let's cue the montage.
Funky beat.
Right, so as you can see in that montage, they've come out really, really nicely. They're going to need a bit of a polish up, everything like that, to get rid of any orange peel, but there's hardly any orange peel at all, and they look really, really mint. But yeah, like I was saying, we're going to have to leave them till tomorrow before we can actually pick them up, stop piecing them back together and putting them back into the MX-5 and getting a bit of an idea of what this interior is going to look like when it's complete. But anyway, for the time being, we're going to go into the garage, do a couple of little bits and bobs, just bolting on a couple of things back into the MX-5. So yeah, I'll flip the camera around and show you what we're going to crack on with. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to basically put our parcel shelf back in. That's all good, just had a couple of cuts made for it to fit around everything a bit nicer. We'll be running here. Now I am going to do a full renovation video on this, but I'm not going to do it yet because there is something happening in a couple of weeks which I haven't revealed on the channel yet, so I won't tell you guys yet. And yeah, I'm not going to be doing this and upgrading it until after the event which I'm going on. So yeah, this is going to go back in the car as it is. And yeah, we're just going to basically throw in any bits which we can again. So rear view mirror, bang. We've got some JDM ones of these, so JDM like sun visors, which are sick. But yeah, I'm going to have to give them a clean up before they go back in anyway, because they don't look very good. They look a bit crusty. But yeah, we better restore those to like new. And yeah, then to be honest, that's all we can really do until the rest of those trims go back in. And once they go back in, boys, it's literally a case of screwing things back together and we are completely finished. Oh yeah, and not to mention a bit of wiring. So only a couple of videos left and then the interior will be pretty much where I want it to be. Then we're going to be going on a sick event, which I will do a video on in the next couple of days to let you guys know exactly what it is. And obviously I will document the whole trip as well and the whole event as well, so that gives you guys a naughty clue. But it's not Nürburgring, before you guys get gassed. That's coming next year. Anyway, I'm going to crack on and put all of these bits back into the MX-5, and then yeah, we'll leave it for today and catch up tomorrow morning when we continue with these trims on the inside, which I was painting earlier. I'm going to crack on and put all of these bits back into the MX-5, and then what we'll do is we'll catch up tomorrow when the paint's dried and cured fully, and then we can go ahead, piece those centre console back together, put it back into the car, and get the show on the road. So it's the next day and the paint's been curing for 24 hours. So yeah, we're ready to reinstall some of the bits and start screwing bits back onto the centre console. Right then boys, so we're ready to start doing some wiring on the centre console, and I'm going to be finally revealing what these holes are for. So the 3 big holes are going to have toggle switches and the 3 smaller holes are going to have lights, which are going to run 3 separate circuits. 2 of them being fans and the 3rd one I haven't quite decided yet, but I've got loads of things which I'm going to be setting up over the next couple of weeks. So 2 of them are going to be running and functional for the moment, and the other final one is just going to be a dead circuit for the time being until I find a use for it. But basically the LED bulbs we're using, if we run 12 volts through them, they will blow instantaneously because they're not capable of basically handling 12 volts. So what I've done is I've set up a little electronic circuit which is going to stop the bulbs from blowing, and I'm going to flip the camera and talk you through why they blow and show you them basically blowing when I do run 12 volts through them, and then show you what I've made to stop that problem. So like I was saying, we're going to start doing the electrical circuit part off the centre console, so time to geek out boys. So if you're not interested in electronics or any of that sort of thing, you probably want to skip the next 2 minutes because yeah, it's talking about ohms, resistors and all that shebang. So this is the little circuit we've made. If I flip the switch on, as you can see, our LED lights up, just like that. So that works fine. So now if I turn this off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart and just run 12 volts straight through this bulb when it's not
running through this circuit. So what I've done, I've moved my positive wire from here to over here. So basically we've got positive running into the positive terminal of the LED, and the negative coming straight out of here. So if I flick the switch, you can see it just lit on for a second, power's still on, and that bulb is now blown. So what we've done with this circuit, we've got our power supply unit which is delivering 12 volts of electricity basically, and that goes through this wire and into a 150 ohm resistor. And then we've got an LED and the 47 ohm resistor in parallel. And then that's basically grounded back to the negative, which will be the chassis of the car when we wire this properly into the car, not on a breadboard. So like I was saying before, if we ran 12 volts through this LED, it would blow. But what these two resistors are allowing us to do is dissipate that 12 volts into heat, so that this LED only gets 2 to 3 volts, which we've basically done a few electronic calculations to work out what size resistors we're going to need to allow our LED to run that power figure.
So yeah, that's the logic behind running this circuit, so those bulbs don't blow instantaneously and they actually last, because it would basically break the whole circuit. We'd have a fault in the circuit if that blew straight away, and we'd have to take them out and replace them straight away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw out the circuit because it's going to be a lot easier to show you guys how we're going to lay it out on paper, and then I'll do a time lapse of me actually installing the circuit, because that's going to be a lot more confusing to show you when I'm actually doing the process. Guys, bear in mind that I haven't done electronics for like 5 or 6 years since like GCSE, so if my diagram symbols, anything like that, are a bit off, then yeah, please bear with me with that, because I can't remember exactly what's what, but I have a rough idea of what to do. So as you can see, I've drawn out the electronics circuit, and I'm going to talk you through how this is going to work. So on one side, we've got a 12 volt car battery, which is in the boot of the MX-5, and that's grounded directly to the chassis. Running from the 12 volt car battery, we're going to have a piece of wire which is going to be fused. So if anything happens in this circuit, it's not going to affect any of the other electronics within the car. From the fuse, the wire is going to split into 3 parts, which is going to be for the 3 separate circuits, because like I was saying previously, we're going to be running 3 separate appliances, 3 separate switches, and 3 separate LEDs. So what I'll do, I'll talk you through one of these circuits, because they're all exactly the same, but they're just going to be running slightly different appliances. So like I was explaining previously in the clip when I was showing you how we're going to wire up the LED, we've got our 150 ohm resistor, our 47 ohm resistor, and our LED, and that's all run in parallel, so that this LED can run 2 to 3 volts rather than the 12 volts that the appliance is going to be running. So through this wire we'll be running 12 volts, and through this section is going to be running 2 to 3 volts, which is going to stop this LED from blowing. And then all of these parts after those are going to be grounded directly back to the chassis, which obviously links the circuit back all the way to the boot and makes a complete circuit, and is going to allow these to work. But yeah guys, enough geeking out about electronics. Like I was saying, I just wanted to give you guys an overview on how to run a sort of circuit like this in the safest possible manner, and also how to do it the most efficiently. But yeah, anyway guys, I'm going to leave the video there. As you can see, it's pretty dark outside, and we've been working on this video for 2 days already. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another video, which I'm going to film tomorrow, of me wiring it all up and going through that in a bit more detail, and actually putting those parts back into the car and putting the finishing touches into the interior. Yeah guys, massive thanks for watching. Smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, like always. And yeah, comment something down below on what you think of the project so far, because, you know, interaction on the videos does really help me out. As always guys, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe down below. And if you're already subscribed guys, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to hit that notification bell icon so you're automatically updated whenever the latest exhausted video comes out. And yeah, until the next one boys, adios.